long gone back-breaking work has left its scars on this land. So that's a clue to today's video, guys. So welcome to the video, and I'm in the Mendip Hills in Somerset. It's a really nice day, but very cold. It's about 7 degrees at the moment. When I got up this morning, it was just 3 degrees. A bit strange, as a few days ago, it was basking in 28 degrees of heat. Park my car in Stock Hill Woods Plantation, which is a free car park for people to enjoy the woods behind, all the plantations of woods. But I'm not going into the woods today. I'm going over to Priddy Mineries, which is an old archaeological site full of old mines and the relics of the past mining from over 2,000 years of mining. It ceased around 1908. So originally it was done by the Romans looking for lead, and then it's continued by the Victorians. So I'm just going to see what I can find. So what inspired me to do this video was I was watching another YouTube video the other day by Darren from Somerset Man Walking. So thanks to Darren for this, mate. I've been wanting to do this walk for ages, but when I saw this video, I thought, right, that's it, I'm going to actually do it today. So I'm just going to go to this small high point here, which looks like a bit like a waste heap of some kind, and look around. So, I think I'll head in this direction first. So there are mine shafts, tunnels, and pools of water. So already I found a mine shaft. I don't know how deep these mines go down, but this one has been capped off, so you can't go into it. Get down, take a look. Oh. Yeah, that is pretty deep. I can see why that has been capped off. You would not want to fall down that one. Right. So the ground is very uneven. Reminds me a bit of Dartmoor, actually. Tussocks everywhere, big dips, and a huge dip here where stuff must have been taken out. And I'm just coming up to one of the pools. This one's got a name. Oh, it's quite nice actually. Something just down here. I don't know if it's a cave or it's like a bit of brickwork there, so some things been put in here. Don't know. Drainage for the pond perhaps, I don't know. So I do have to keep an eye out for adders at the moment, because the Mendips are known for them, and they will come out onto the paths to warm up in the sun. I think they're more dangerous if you have a dog, because the dog would be inquisitive and go straight up to them, whereas us, they would just slowly slink off. Normally they will hear our footsteps, so sometimes it can be a good idea to stamp a bit as you're walking along. They feel the vibrations and they move away. In fact, I've only ever seen one up here once, that was years ago. But it looks like I found someone's barbecue place. There's 2 small fire pits here, and even a couple of stacks of chairs. And a bucket to put their rubbish in, but some of the rubbish is on the fire. So the road's just there, so it's an ideal place to just stop by the side of the road. There's lots of graffiti on the trees as well. Let's take a look. There's some dates here actually, I don't know how true they are. One says 1944, I think. In living memory of Lyndon Brown. There's loads of graffiti on here. Shade 2018. Okay, so I'm going to carry on walking along this path now. No idea where it's going to lead and what I'm going to find. It's the first time I've done this walk. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Just keep an eye on that cloud because it's thickening up. It might just go cloudy, which would be good for filmmaking because when the sun's out, especially this time, you're so strong that the highlights in your film can sometimes get burnt out. They don't look very nice, to be honest. Whereas overcast or even light cloud, it can look more diffused and give a better image. Yeah. I love the shape of that tree over there. Amazing. And from here you can also see the Pen Hill mast, which is situated at around 300 metres. It overlooks the city of Wells, which is another lovely place. Well, it's gone pretty gloomy now. So the path is very narrow. These tussocks either side is exactly like the walking on Dartmoor. You try walking through the middle of those tussocks and your ankles will know it the next day. So it's best to stick onto a path. Ooh. So the path brought me back down there again by the lake. So I'm just following the path basically because there's only one path through this part and I don't want to go off of it through those tussocks. That would be a nightmare. So I've just found a little brick bit here. It looks like something that was used to drain the water from one side to the other and then the thing that blocks it to keep the water from coming back in. I wonder what this is. So, I'm just going to go up to the top of this hill, which is called North Hill, and it's just over 300 metres high. I'm hoping it'll be a nice view, otherwise that'd be a waste of my time. So let's have a quick look up here before we head back and find some more ancient ruins and things. When I saw that strange round structure there, I immediately thought World War II lookout, because it's such a great vantage point overlooking all that lovely scenery. But there was a sign that says Bristol Waterworks. So either side of me now are ancient barrows from the past. There's a big long line over there. I think that's called the Priddy 9 barrows. But there's some also here. There's at least 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 6 there. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over there. So I don't know, but I can see a lot of barrows all around me. This is incredible. And there's a gate here, which you could go and have a look, but it does say private land, no public right of way. This is a shame. So I'm actually stood on one of the barrows now. The main line is behind me, and it is the Priddy 9 barrows. Now I misread my map as Priddy Mine barrows. Thought it was something named after the mine, or the mine was named after. So that was wrong. So there are barrows there, and there's a line over there. So I counted more than 9, so I don't know why it's called the Priddy 9 barrows. So I'm not going to go over to that big line over there because I've got there's no path down from that rather than coming back this way. The path does go down the other side, but it goes in the opposite direction to where I want to go. So I'm going to head back that way now and try and find some ancient ruins. The wind is incredible. Not again. Oh, that's better. It's nice and warm. I've descended off the hill now. It was very cold up there, and the sun has come back out again. So far, this is a really good little walk, and I've only seen 2 or 3 people. You find, like most national parks or areas of outstanding natural beauty, is that most people are drawn to like 3 or 4 attractions, the main attractions really, and the rest of that area sort of gets left behind. So it's nice sometimes to move away from the popular spots and try and discover something new. Well, you can see a big area over there which has obviously been worked for lead in the past. Whether I can get over by there, I don't know. I keep following the path round. Yeah, that's really scarred landscape there. So along the edge of this bit here is an artificial channel created, maybe to drain water away or perhaps bring water. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of work around here. You can see open scarring on the landscape. I take it that's because the lead spoil, some of it would have been toxic, so nothing can grow there now. Well, I found a rough path down into the sort of valley here. This is definitely one you should do in the summer, not in the winter, because you would be slipping everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if there's paths along. I'll see what I can find. So now standing on one of the many spoil heaps around here, and look at the size of some of these blocks. Look at that. So I'm having to make my own path through this at the moment because there's no path, and it's all tussocky and very difficult to get through. But what an incredible landscape. If I go over to the edge, you can look down there behind me and just see all the scarring of the landscape. I'm hoping it will come out on some sort of path in a minute because this is very slow going. And I'm on a nice little path. Lovely. So much spoil here.
I'm now approaching the area known as the St Cuthberts Minery, which opened in 1862. 5 furnaces were erected there to smelt the old lead-rich slag left over from earlier mining, employing about 40 men. It eventually closed in May 1908.
And that was very well hidden. It's only because on my map it shows something called St Cuthberts Swallet. I decided to come down and have a look, and I thought it was going to be a cave, but there's 3 tunnels here. Now, can I get through? Well, I can see light at the end of that one, and that is the biggest one. So if I'm going to go through one of them, it'll be that one. Let's take a look inside this one. Okay, that one's dark. Okay, let's give it a go then. Into the tunnel I go. Oh, I banged my head twice. Crikey. Now I know how Indiana Jones felt. Ow! Ow! Look, I got my hat on. Oh my God. And the tunnel carries on. I'm not going through that next bit. Oh, crikey. It's really small, this end. Have I forgot to climb out of this now or go all the way back? What do I do? Oh, wow. That was an adventure, wasn't it? I didn't realise it would be that difficult to get out of the other end, to be honest. But surprises haven't been capped off, because you could just suddenly come upon it, especially if you've got young kids or dogs. Well, that was incredible. And The remains of a building, perhaps. Now, but you can see lots of like raised bits all around. Well, it looks like a building, but where's the doorways? I don't know what this was for then. Just by chance, I thought I'd have another little scout around the area where I come out of that little tunnel, just to see if there was anything else here. And there's this, like, remains of a building with a little tin cup on it. That tin cup left behind from one of the old miners, perhaps. God, wow, this is all overgrown. Yeah, it's like a big, it looks like a wall and then building at the end. Doesn't that look amazing, all those, that moss on the green branches? There's something else here as well. This is way overgrown. Something else there as well. Right. Don't know if there's anything else over here. No, so I think I'll turn back and check over there again in case I've missed anything. I don't know what that was, but it was like an old bit and then a breeze block bit inside, a modern bit. Ah, now this is interesting. What could this have been? Lots of small raised blocks of stone and a kitchen sink in the middle. Oh wow, look at this. 4 tunnels. What? Wow, these are dead ends, but it's still worth coming to have a look.
The dressed materials were smelted into metal in furnaces, in which a blast was created by rotary fans driven by a steam engine. The effect of smelting lead in a forced draft is to cause a large proportion of the metal to be volatilized so that it passes off in the form of vapour. Were this to escape, most of the lead would be lost. So to prevent this, long horizontal flues were built along the surface of the ground, often in rows, side by side. The The smoke, heavily charged with lead vapour, had to pass through these flues before it ultimately escaped by the chimney stack at the end, and the soot which was deposited on the inside was periodically collected and resmelted. It was found that about 3/4 of all the lead produced came from this soot, and only about 1/4 flowed directly into the lead pot of the furnace itself.
See how old it is by the stalagmite. Is it stalagmites or stalagmites? Let's see. What a find! And more ancient ruins. There's quite a lot in this little area actually. You have to look very carefully because I've nearly missed some bits. There might be more that I haven't even seen yet. Now I don't know if that's where one of those tunnels that was that by just now come out the other end or not. There's something else here. God, there's so much to see here, it's incredible. There seems to be a network of tunnels around here. Some of these banks are steep as well. What is this? Another tunnel? Well, I don't know if that's a tunnel or what, but this is incredible. And there's Priddy Mineries pool. I don't think it's too far back now, which is good because I'm a bit hungry and thirsty. So this track here, if you look, it's like raised from the boggy bits either side of me. So this must have been, I would imagine, the track bed of whatever was used to bring the lead out onto the road. So that's it then, another walk done. That was really interesting to see all the old buildings and the barrows. But yeah, the old buildings, that was my favourite, I think. I really liked exploring around there and looking through those old tunnels. That was a bit scary, trying to get out the other end. But yeah, what an adventure that was. Okay, I'm going to have a drink of water, and I'm going to head back in.